just as we talked about Power Rangers in space last week. Now, this week we gotta stay in space for one more video until we get to SPD, because we're going to talk about Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, or better off known in some circles as the Power Rangers in Space did so damn good, and the ratings were so good, and we moved so much product that we decided to make the next season of the show a space-themed season as well. In some circles, people will call it that. But nonetheless, Lost Galaxy proved that Power Rangers can be written extremely well with some very dynamic characters. The people working on the show just gotta give a damn. So, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy started off what happened to be an amazing streak of good decisions by Saban back in 1999. And it also was the first season of the show to start the fortunate but unfortunate yearly cast change. Now, there's some great concepts in this season, and they deliver on some of those throughout the entire 42 episode run. We're going to talk about it. Now, the plot of the season goes like this. On the planet Earth, there's a space colony being built called Terra Venture. Terra Venture is getting ready to go out into space, but they're looking for a new planet for Earth human beings to be able to inhabit. So, as they go out into the galaxy looking for a new planet, there's an evil villain called Scorpius that also has Drakina with him that's trying to destroy Terra Venture and take the Power Rangers' powers from them. The way the season opened up with a two-parter that introduced you to characters like Leo and Mike and Kendricks and Kai was very well done for a multitude of reasons. Early in the first episode of the show, you could see the production value. Now, me being a 5-year-old in 1999, I didn't really notice it, but now, looking at it, I'm like, wow, the production budget was impressive, because you have people that are going to Terra Venture that are going to be a part of certain different kind of groups, whether it's a military group, whether it's a flight group. They all have special kind of uniforms on. You have a character like Leo, who's going to be the Red Ranger, that's sneaking around trying to find his way onto Terra Venture. Really, in that situation, being the audience surrogate, right? Because most people will want to go on that adventure into the galaxy. Not me. I like it here. I'm comfortable on Earth. But some people will want to go up there. You're going into the universe. And in that situation, Leo is trying to get aboard Terra Venture, but there's like an older lady that's in the alley and she's getting ready to get mugged. And I liked how they showed the courageousness and the passion that Leo has for doing the right thing no matter what in that situation where he helped the lady out. Eventually, he's able to get aboard Terra Venture. And from there, you have the discovery that he has a brother on Terra Venture whose name is Mike. I thought them giving him a brother on Terra Venture was really cool because it gave him a personal connection to somebody on there. And after you meet Mike, you're introduced to characters like Kai, who's the Blue Ranger, Kendricks, who winds up being the Pink Ranger, and then the Jungle Girl, Maya, who comes from the planet Marinoid, who's going to end up being the Yellow Ranger. The way they all came together was very interesting because when you look at the Ranger team, everybody has a story to tell. That's one thing that really stuck out to me, was that you could look at them and be like, yo, Maya is different from Kendricks. Kendricks is different from Kai. Kai is different from Leo. Everybody has a backstory that makes them pop. The first 2 episodes, also being all American footage, was really cool because you got a chance to see the creativity of Saban. Like I said earlier, when they give a damn, it shows. And even how the Quasar Sabers played a role into them getting their powers, and how the Quasar Sabers look is so iconic. I never had one as a kid, and I'm still mad at my parents about that. We're going to talk about that another day. And I also really enjoyed us seeing Mike being protective of Leo, not wanting Leo to get in any trouble, being mad that Leo snuck his ass aboard Terra Venture. But all of that, unfortunately, was ruined. Because when they get on the planet Marinoid, the acting is so bad when Mike is getting ready to die, and the CGI is even worse.
Mike, you can't let go!
It's okay. You can carry on for me. You can do it. I've always been so proud of you, Leo. I always will be.
I love how Mike fell stiff as hell. And I love the way the ground closed on him. I saw that, I was like, oh, all that momentum is killed. For a lot of these Power Ranger reviews, I typically don't talk about the Zords that much because, let's be honest, sometimes the Zords are kind of forgettable. Like, the Zords from In Space aren't all that memorable. The Zords from Turbo, the Zords from Zeo, But Lost Galaxy is one of those seasons where you will remember the Zords, or better off, what they're called as the Galactabeasts. First off, they all look cool. Let's just be honest, whether we're talking about their animal form or their metallic form. But what really stuck out to me watching the season is how they operate once they become a Megazord. There's like a spiritual bond that the Rangers have with the Zords. So when they're inside the Megazord, it isn't a whole bunch of buttons and contraptions and a Nintendo 64 controller over here and a Game Boy SP up here and a PSP down here. There ain't none of that. It's like one thing in the middle and they just control that and talk to the Zord. That's cool as hell. Plus, not to mention, the Galactabeasts also have their own individualized personalities, which makes them feel lively instead of just robots. And to even praise the Galactabeast a little bit more, I thought that it was fun seeing the Rangers get their own Zords. They didn't have anybody come down and say, "These are your Zords. You're going to have the Red Dragon." It was cool seeing them gain that trust with the Galactabeast. Lost Galaxy was a season that delivered on so many cool concepts, but there are just some moments where you look at the screen and you say, why? Why did you do that? That makes no sense. Please stop that. And there is a few decisions that just don't make sense for life in general, but also connecting back to Power Rangers in space. Now, before we get to the funkiness with the Astro Megaship, let's talk about your boy Damien. Damien is the Green Ranger in this season. He's on Terra Venture like everybody else, but he's a mechanic. Like I said, every single Ranger has a story to tell, which is fine. But there's some cringy shit that goes on with him that just makes me look at Damien like, hold on. This is the worst decision Saban has made with a black character since making Zack the Black Ranger who loved to dance. There's some dumb shit that happens with Damien. I'ma just say it, man. First off, he runs around the whole season looking dirty. He's got grease spots on his head. He's got grease spots on his hands. And I get it. He's a mechanic who loves to work. But it was almost like Saban wanted to remind the kids, don't forget, this motherfucker's here to work. Don't you forget it. He exists to work. And even during certain action sequences, not only is he running around looking scared, like Django, but then he runs around with his tool belt on. Who does that? He runs around with his tool belt on with tools in it. And he's jingling the whole damn action scene. Didn't nobody say, hey, the tool belt, it's a little bit too much. I don't get that. And then the grease spots.
This will be your new office.
Not too shabby, huh?
And here is your desk.
Desk?
Of course, to do all your paperwork. No more dirty hands.
But I like getting dirty.
Don't forget, this motherfucker's here to work, kids. And the weirdness continues where you see the Astro Megaship from in space is actually a museum. So Andros gave up the place that he called home, the system of travel that the Space Rangers have used for probably years. He gave that up for it to be a museum. Okay, that makes no sense. Why would Andros do that? But you have to continue the funkiness. Why is Alpha 6 left on the damn megaship? Didn't nobody say, hey Alpha, we value you. Why don't you come on with us? They left his ass on there. Okay, if it was Alpha 6 from Turbo with the Brooklyn voice, I would have been all with it. But don't leave Space Alpha on a damn megaship. And even making it weirder, when you had the Space Lost Galaxy crossover, the Space Morphers were left on the Astro Megaship. Why? Why are they left on the Astro Megaship? Why? I saw that and my head started hurting. The villains for Lost Galaxy were definitely a mixed bag. Oh my goodness. If there's ever a season of Power Rangers where one villain is awful and the other villain is pretty good, it's this season. Oh Jesus. The main villain of the show, at least during the first portion of the season, is Scorpius. When I say Scorpius, you don't want to see how he looks, because he has no look. It's literally a little animatronic that blinks his eyes every few seconds and throws up its tentacles with a voice overlaying it. It is some cheap shit. And it's very unimaginative because Scorpius, when you see him like that, he holds no threat. You look at that and say, okay, that's a big ass southern cockroach, but am I really afraid of him for his power? No, because he doesn't look intimidating. But I can shit on Scorpius, but I can also give a lot of credit to Jerkina. Her look is like a bug's life. It's bad. But if you can look past how she visually is represented, she's a damn good villain because Jerkina goes through loss and struggle during the season and winds up actually being the ultimate big bad by the season finale. I thought that was so well done because in other seasons of Power Rangers, we'll see the main villain would start off ultra powerful from jump, but Jerkina was training on a distant planet to get stronger. Her father, Scorpius, winded up dying, which made her hate the Rangers even more. She winds up going inside of this cocoon to become more powerful and to unleash her ultimate potential. Jerkina was really well done. One of the things that I found so interesting about Lost Galaxy over the past few years is that the Sentai counterpart for this season is a jungle-based season. It is not based in space at all. So Saban was really creative. They really put their all into it because the Sentai footage is really only when they're fighting a monster. Everything else is American footage. And that was really cool. And it makes me more lenient in how I judge the season. Because in certain Sentai shots, it's matched up great. I mean, they really do a great job in this season of making the Sentai blend well with the American footage.
Yeah. Time to finish this. Yeah.
I thought that was great. Now, I could gripe and complain about other stuff with the Sentai, such as Leo having fire powers in the Sentai, but he never does in the American version of the footage. But I'm not going to do that because I thought Saban was really creative and they gave it their all. You could tell. But god damn it, why is Alpha 6 in the show? He comes and he goes so many times that it's almost like the writers were forgetting, oh damn, Alpha 6 is somewhere on the mega ship. He's got to say something to the Rangers. I thought that was a missed opportunity, but I ain't going to judge it too harshly because they did everything else so great. The Magna Defender. Jesus! Was he badass as a kid? And he's even more badass now. First off, let's talk about his look. He doesn't have the traditional Ranger look, which automatically makes him somebody that's interesting. It makes him visually pop off the screen. But his gun, sword, ooh, if I ever got a hot toy, baby, it'll be that. Because it's badass. His backstory is very interesting too, because his backstory involves his son who was killed and now he's looking for revenge. That was very well handled. And even how Mike winded up getting infused with the Magna Defender was really, really awesome. And it gave Mike's character a deeper purpose for the later portions of the season. But god damn it, as much as I love the Magna Defender, the actor that plays Mike and the actor that plays Leo, they have no chemistry. There's no damn way that they did a chemistry read before casting them. There's no damn way. Look at this.
Mike. I missed you so much.
Me too. So much I can't tell you.
I knew. Someday, somehow you'd come back.
And I'm never leaving again.
Power Rangers is notorious for having bad acting. Bad acting. This was the first season of the show to start the one team of Power Rangers teaming up with the previous team of Power Rangers. And the crossover was dope. It was amazing because the Psycho Rangers came back. And of course, the In Space crew did their thing. But what really makes this crossover so memorable and so epic is that for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, a Power Ranger died. Kendrix winds up being killed during the crossover by the Pink Psycho Ranger. Boy, when I tell you, Saban had balls to do that. Very impressive. And even how the story arc continued with Karome from In Space being the Pink Ranger, magnificently written. I mean, that is just fantastic writing, connecting one season back to another season through the changing of the guard, Ranger to Ranger. Man, that was beautiful. Of course, the ending of this season was kind of predictable. Ultimately, the Rangers wind up finding a new place. Terra Venture is able to go to another planet that is just like Earth, and they're able to inhabit it. So everything is cool. But Jerkina is actually on Terra Venture, and she's trying to crash it down on the people that are on that new planet. And of course, Leo winds up stopping her and saving the day. But Terra Venture is still getting ready to crash down into the planet. That could cause some awful, awful damage. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. What does it get? What does it deserve? Power Rangers Lost Galaxy gets a mother freaking B. It is a damn good season of Power Rangers. Saban was ultra creative with how they put the season together. Every single Ranger on the team serves a purpose. You can actually see where their characters begin and where their characters end up. I thought Lost Galaxy was a very good season of the show. Now, as it currently stands, I'm on like episode 33 of Lightspeed Rescue. So hopefully by the time y'all watching this review, your boy can be halfway through Wild Force. Because right now I have a real good pace going. You understand me? So hopefully we can keep on knocking these out. And maybe by the end of summer, we can be all the way through season 2 of Beast Morphers. Anyway, it's been weird, but it's been real. I'm not hungry, but I'm hungry. Which is weird. But I'm hungry. If that makes any sense. Alright, get out of here, bitch.
4G's on the G. I jump into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause all my niggas got it out the streets. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now niggas pay us a call cause I'm all